Welcome to episode 14, Loud, Lucid, and Laugh. I'm Doug Boyer, and this is...
Chris James, as always.
So we're a little bit late to the party, and it's been a couple weeks since we did a podcast again.
Something like that.
Headgum summer digging into it.
Dude, summer gets you busy. You got to do stuff.
Yeah, always something. And we're gonna just kind of shoot around tonight. We might talk a little bit about the 4th since we just had the 4th of July, and talk about whatever kind of floats our boat tonight or whatever hits us in the right mood. How's that sound? So I guess
how's it sound to me or the listening audience? Are you asking me
or? Well, I know what you think because you came up with it.
I just said let's just do whatever.
Yeah, but
Doug, I just been busy, bro.
14.
Bro, listen, I've been nonstop busy, like every day. Like today,
I know.
I took the day off today to catch up on stuff, and I don't know if I caught up on anything. I got a fence still to fix over there, getting the camper ready because we're going camping this next weekend.
Where are you going?
So we're going to Salida, out by Buena Vista.
God bless you.
Where
are you going?
Vista. But
God bless you.
Right here in Colorado. Oh, boys, your mommy's home. Go see her. Talking to my dogs. I'm outside, Doug. As you can see, I've changed up my view a little bit tonight. I'm outside tonight.
You changed your view. I don't see. There's no bookshelf behind you tonight.
Right, dude.
I can't go outside because right now we're getting hit with torrential downpours.
Oh, dude, it's like 74 and just beautiful and sunny right now. And actually, I'm gonna look up the weather right now just to make sure. It's 70.
Listen,
I'm sorry. It's 70. It's 70 and sunny. Tonight's gonna be a low of 49. Just you can't get any better than that, man.
It started raining here.
Got a little sunshine.
It started raining here about 11 a.m. this morning, and I don't think it's ever stopped. And it looks like we're going to have rain tomorrow about 1 a.m. Well, we're going to get a 10 to midnight break tonight, and then we're good through tomorrow night, rain nonstop. And we had a situation here. The grandbabies were stuck in the daycare because it flooded. The roads flooded to the daycare, and they actually brought in water rescue to get them out. And by the time they got everything set up, the water was starting to recede a little bit, so they were able to back a fire truck in and get them all out. The daycare didn't flood.
A lot of water.
There was water up to the door.
A lot of water. So what's the deal with how's your basement? Your basement's flooded the last time.
You know what? No water at all yet.
Oh, that's good.
I can hear the sump rocking.
So you got that?
Yeah, they up north, up near St. Louis, in that area, 8 inches of rain in a couple hours.
I got my Cardinals stuff on right now. St. Louis, right there.
I see that.
How long? 8 hours, you said?
8 inches of rain in a matter of about 3 hours or so.
Oh wow, that's crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of rain.
So,
no, it's beautiful, peaceful tonight, except for me being on my deck talking, and just sunny and just nice and little breeze going. You can't beat it right here right now.
You know, I posted a video, I think it was Saturday morning. I was sitting out on the deck listening to the birds and all the sounds happening.
And
I went out Sunday morning to do the same thing, and I'm sitting there and I hear this. I'm like, what in the world is that? I walk around the side of the deck, and there's 3 deer just getting up. They slept over there right at the edge of the woods on my property, and they're huffing as they're getting up. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta get this video. I start the video up. What does the neighbor do across the road? Which we have woods between us and then a road and then the neighbor's house. He kicks on his generator that he's been turning on and off for the last 2 weeks, 3 or
Bro,
4 times a day.
bro, I'm about ready to break out the 12 gauge. I don't want my neighbors to hear this. They're not close enough, probably, but I'm about ready to break out the 12 gauge and shoot some deer in my backyard because I like to keep my grass really, really nice and green. We talked about that before, probably. It's a dad thing. It's a dad thing. And dude, I got 2 or 3 deer that are laying in my backyard and making big yellow spots, flattening the grass, and I'm not liking it, not having it. I'm gonna sit Clancy on them. Clancy, get the deer. Clancy's out here on the deck with
So
me.
you're gonna celebrate your Second Amendment right and shoot
Right.
off some fireworks.
Right.
That's how you know. What is today? The 8th. And so, a fun fact about the 4th of July. You know, it wasn't until July 8th that they actually received the paperwork back after sending it in, and it was read on this day. Colonel John Nixon of Philadelphia read a printed Declaration of Independence to the public for the first time on July 8th, 1776. So
Yeah.
we, the people, didn't hear it until that day. A fun fact.
Dude, it's so
I
funny
heard
because
that this morning.
I was reading all that stuff too, and I was like, I was looking at, cue the fireworks, the parades, American flags, and all that stuff, and the fun summer activities, and all the stuff that people think about, the 4th of July recipes, hot dogs and hamburgers, and patriotic desserts or whatever. And I was like, but do people really know why we celebrate the 4th of July? Do they know it's Independence Day? I bet you could ask younger kids right now. It's funny, I watch Jesse Waters on Fox every now and then. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he has that thing at the end of his show where he'll actually have people. He has a guy that goes and asks people questions, and they
Isn't he the guy that was in? He was in some movies, right?
Jesse Waters.
Yeah, I thought he was in some movies.
No.
Are you sure?
No, I'm sure that I'm sure.
All right,
But dude, listen. He goes and he'll ask people like on a beach or somewhere at a college or something. He'll have a guy interviewing people, asking them, who the first president of the United States was, and no clue. And I mean, history growing up to me was a big thing. It was one of the classes I always made A's in because it was pretty much just the same stuff going over and over again each year, repeating itself. But so what you learned in the 3rd grade, the 4th grade, 5th grade, you just kept going. But dude, have you noticed that? I mean, I think there's people that are in the younger generation that they might not know why we celebrate the 4th of July, why there's an Independence Day.
It's just another day off. Throw stuff up in the air, make it go boom.
Now, me being Irish, Doug, it's a big deal for me because it's celebrating the independence over the British Empire. And hey, I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Throwing it in the air for that.
You don't have any green tea or anything there? Coffee mug. Is that
Yeah, it's green tea, man.
Is that loud loose in the last coffee mug?
Yeah, yes, it is. Here you go. Look at those 2 good-looking dudes.
Yeah, right. I know, dude. That guy's right behind you, right there. It's like I'm here and there, like right behind you.
You're everywhere.
But dude, if you think about it, the last 250 years, whatever, since 1776, the 4th of July is just kind of morphed into like just it's about patriotism, pride, and shooting off fireworks and having some hot dogs, whatever. It's not what it was really about.
Right.
Right.
It was about us saying enough's enough, our founding fathers, and we're not going to be held under the thumb and shoved down anymore. And rule
Did you know?
ourselves.
Did you know that it was January 2nd, actually, though, that the delegates voted in favor of
Yes.
seeking independence, not the 4th?
Yeah.
On the 4th,
And,
they adopted the Declaration. And
correct,
did you know on
correct.
the 4th,
But
Doug,
it wasn't until the 8th that it was printed and read out loud for the first
I
time.
don't know if I knew about the 8th, but did you know on the 4th, the only two people that signed it was Charles Thompson and John Hancock? John Hancock, who did his big, where you get the John, hey, give me your John Hancock. But
Yeah. Give me a
John
John Hancock.
your John Hancock. But it wasn't until August 2nd that the paper that you see, the parchment paper that you see that's famous, the 56 signatures, that's when the rest of the people
Nicholas
signed.
Cage stole.
Only two people signed it on the 4th, and
On
then
the
the other
actual.
54 guys signed it on August 2nd, 1776.
Wow.
I don't know if that's
That I did
interesting or
not
not,
know.
but it's odd. Hey, Doug, you know what I was thinking? Off the
But I
subject,
did know that. I did know about July 2nd.
you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Early celebrations of the 4th consisted of mock funerals for King George III. That would have been pretty cool. I think we should still do that. I think we should still do that. I called you and Clay when the Queen died, a little while back, and of course I was like, about time.
Oh,
Anyway.
wow.
Hey, Doug, you know what I was thinking?
A lot of people though.
Off the subject of the 4th for a minute, but I was going to go back to the flood thing, and I was thinking, you know what? If you had a squatty potty in your bathroom, and let's say your bathroom in the basement was flooded, 12 inches, whatever, 8, 6, 7 inches, you'd be able to put your feet up on that and still sit on the toilet and still go.
Hey, here's a shout out to Sarah Rogers.
I'm not wrong.
That there's more uses for the squatty potty than what we thought. Rich just came up with another one.
Yeah, it works in floods.
You don't get your feet wet when it floods.
The people in Texas might need to know this right now because they're hammered down there. Here's Texas.
Dude, speaking of that, since we're going all over the board, you see where Ford lost like hundreds of Mustangs due to flooding, and the CEO, Mr. Farley himself, said, "Well, instead of just ruin them, we're going to give them to school." So he has donated all these 2024 Mustangs to all these technical schools for kids to work on.
Those cars, but
There you go, folks.
The cars are ruined, or
Yeah, they're ruined, but the kids will get to mess with the engines. They'll probably get them up and running. I don't know that they'll ever be great, but
here, Doug, because got a little sun going. Oh, now you can't
you
see.
got that sun dropping a little more, and you're getting the more glare.
Yeah, until it goes behind the mountains.
Some people would say your future's so bright, you gotta wear shades.
Yeah, once it drops below the mountains, then you're good.
That's when the chill will kick in. It's let's see, it's 8:30 p.m. my time, 7:30 your time, correct?
Right.
So what time will that set down? Because if it wasn't nasty outside here, right about now it would be getting dark.
Yeah, it's not happening here yet. I think, man, gosh, I was out here almost till 9 the other night, so another hour and a half before it's like totally dark. So,
wow.
Yeah. Hey, Doug, back to the 4th though. I don't jump around here, but back to the 4th. The first celebration obviously was in 1777. That was just in they had day festivities in Boston and Philadelphia. But I was reading in Philadelphia, cannons lit up the sky, firing 13 times to represent 13 original colonies. And that same night, the Sons of Liberty put on a fireworks show in Boston. Now, let me ask you this, Doug. Cannons, 13 cannons, bomb, just blowing stuff up. Dude, people get mad now.
Is that so? Listen,
people get mad.
I got a question about that.
You shoot a bottle rocket off in the neighborhood, they get mad.
I got a question. where are they shooting the cannonballs? Because they say never shoot a gun in the air, but idiots do it all the time. Because you never know where that bullet's going to drop down.
Right.
Where's that cannonball landing?
I don't
Were
know
they
though.
shooting them out into the ocean or what?
Maybe to like an open field or something. I don't even know. We need to
Yeah.
investigate. But you know what? I'm just talking like I like the cannon thing, dude. I like the hey, we're shooting cannons. I mean, like that's cool.
Makes you want to go out and buy a cannon.
I was
almost like those guys that shoot people into the air.
Every year there's something stupid that goes on during 4th of July. I saw that this poor guy I guess set some fireworks on his head and lit it and it killed him. But what I love nowadays with social media, and I know we've done a couple social media podcasts. What I love nowadays, I'm just looking around to my neighborhood. But what I love nowadays, though, is, dude, my next door or our Facebook page for our village center here was off the charts on people getting upset about people shooting fireworks because it's against the ordinance and monument to shoot fireworks. So, but there was people doing it, and obviously a lot of it. But man, there are people that lose themselves over the fact of people shooting fireworks.
Oh, so
and some of it's
here in our lake,
some of it's because of dogs and other stuff. I have dogs. My dogs don't get scared of fireworks. They're fine with them. But other dogs do have anxiety and stuff with them. But I understand.
Here in our lake community, 10 p.m. is the cutoff. And I think it was Saturday night. I'm in bed at like 10:30. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. And it went on till almost midnight. Now, I'm not going to gripe and complain. I lost some sleep. Somebody was probably having fun. But I do think there should be at some point a cutoff. There are people that do go to bed, have to get up early. I mean, you're not going to hear me throw a fit, but I woke up the next morning and on one of the Facebook pages for our community, there was people just going nuts about it. And I'm like,
wait, Doug, you said, wait, you mean your lake community, right? You said lake. I live in a lake community.
Yeah.
So your lake community. Anyway. Hey, well, you can't right here behind me, what you can't see because of the sun glare blur is mountains. I live in a mountain community. The mountains are being hidden by the glare of the sun right now. There's mountains right here, and you can see them really good.
So,
but
I don't know. Can you mountain
see
community people?
Can you see Finn? There's Finn.
I can see Finn really well.
Ain't that a beautiful
What's
dog?
Up, Finn? Right, welcome to the broadcast.
Finn, welcome to the broadcast. You got anything to say? Finn, you want to say anything? Want to say anything?
Well, no, he ain't going to say anything because right before we started recording, you told him to shut up.
No, that was Clancy.
Oh, was that Clancy?
I would never tell Finn to shut up. Come on, man. That was Clancy.
I'm trying to think when I came out to visit you. I don't remember hearing Finn bark at all. I think it was Clancy the whole time.
Listen, bro. I don't ever say, "Hey Finn, stop that. Hey Finn, don't do that. Hey Finn, leave it." I say, "Clancy, leave it. Clancy, stop that. Hey Clancy, don't do that." Clancy's staring at me right now with a ball. I think he's looking for his mom to throw the ball, but she hasn't came out yet.
Yeah, well, that's because his Uncle Doug ain't there to take care of it.
Right.
How many days did we spend at your house?
Mommy?
If I was to add up the total hours
Mommy's going
that I threw the ball for Clancy, it was probably one full 24-hour day.
Doug, I'm sitting here talking to you. We're having a podcast. Steph's going to go get in the hot tub that's going to make more noise that I won't be able to hear. And she's not even asking me to go. Should I put the camera on her?
In a hot tub.
I'm going to put the camera on Steph. She's
mad. Speaking of hot tubs, Gina and I hit our hot tub Saturday night. Sitting out there in the screened-in area, just listening.
I guess I might hit the hot tub. Hopefully the hot tub's not going to make too much noise.
Yeah. It's too cold out there for you guys to have mosquitoes, isn't it? You guys ever have mosquitoes in Colorado?
Rare. Last year,
I didn't think so.
Doug, we moved to Colorado in 2014. and where we were at on Cheyenne Mountain, I never saw like mosquitoes too much or anything, but here I never saw anything until last year. There was little baby mosquitoes because we finally got a lot of rain, which we don't get a lot of. But last year there was little tiny mosquitoes. But I tell you what, here's the story. You know where I was 10 days ago, like the week before last?
Where?
My son's bachelor party in Austin, Texas. And,
Oh,
Doug, Austin, Texas. I got to get this where this sun thing's really bothering. That's worse. Okay, but anyway, dude,
oh, the back deck thing worked out really well.
you know, we went from you freezing to now I can't get a good view. I don't know. Here, I'm just gonna carry it around until the sun's not in me anymore. Oh, hold on. Wait, I lost myself.
Wait, no.
Okay, hold on.
All
Wait,
right.
what about? Well, now I'm
For any of you
out
that
of the
get,
sun, but I
for
kinda
any
have
of
a
you
glare.
that get
Hey, Doug,
motion sickness, close your eyes.
Bro, now you can see the mountains in the back.
I can see the mountains in your window.
In my window. I'll
Yeah.
sit here for a minute and let people see mountains. Anyway, what was I talking
Yeah,
about?
don't
Austin.
forget your drink.
Got it. Austin, Doug. Dude, we had such a good time. There's 18 of us down there. My son's bachelor party. Ryan's getting married, going to the chapel. Going to the chapel and what?
Ryan and Ellie.
Anyway, dude, and you're gonna be there, but with your mom.
Staying in your hotel.
In yours. Anyway,
I'm over at the Holiday Inn, dude.
that's where she's gonna be.
No, she said she wanted to
Hey,
stay there with you and Ryan.
did you hear the hot tub kick on?
No, actually, I didn't.
Okay, good.
But I have the sound filtration going on.
Right.
But hey, real quick to jump back, 4th of July, Independence Day, all that good stuff. So when it was originally done, Dunlap Printing, but there was 200 copies of the Declaration of Independence printed at that time on that parchment. As of today, only 26 copies remain. I did not know that.
There was like after they did it, there was 200.
When they ordered it, they ordered 200 copies. When they first printed it, they printed 200 copies, and the ones with John Hancock's name printed at the bottom.
Yeah.
But today, only 26 of those remain.
Do you know where those are at?
No, I didn't get that far into it. I thought, I could Nicolas Cage this and do a little more research, but I decided it'd probably be better if I didn't.
I would like to know where those are because I'd like to have one. But
well, I don't know that that's going to happen. But
26 copies.
See if I can find it real quick.
I don't even know if any, I'm sure there's one in Philadelphia. Hey Alex, I'm gonna take Philadelphia for like 400. But I'm sure there's one there.
Oh.
Anything else? We could break this off and from history to little Q&A, Doug. You got any like just crazy off the wall?
Yeah. As a matter
Questions?
of fact, I do.
Hey, so
Matter of
it said
fact,
that
I do.
Independence Day though celebrations grew in popularity after the War of 1812. The only thing that I know about the War of 1812, Doug, is that we tried to take Canada like twice and we didn't get there. We didn't make it. Like, and they repelled us back, and we should own Canada. I don't understand. But anyway.
I remember in 1814 we took a little trip on Colonel Jackson.
Hey, fun fact here, Doug. 3 U.S. presidents have died on July 4th. John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe. Too bad a fourth one didn't. But
And
Um,
oh wow. Eesh. Wow. Hmm.
anyway,
I think you let that slip. I don't know if you meant to hold that in,
what's that?
but yeah.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've got some things. I'm going to lay it on you. Why do
Lay
we
it on me.
park in a driveway, but drive in a parkway? I'm 50, going to be 55 years old, and I still don't have an answer to that one.
Um,
Why do you mop the floor with a mop, but you sweep the floor with a broom? Why don't you broom it? The things I want to know, Rich.
you ever played pickleball,
'Cause I've
Doug?
not had. You know, I haven't.
You know, it's a big
Which
thing.
our master historian and good friend Howie Lewis, he's played pickleball, and he
Well, I'm
could
sure
probably
because he
tell
was
us a lot more about
he was a
the
tennis
sport.
player and all that, and I'm sure he's probably pretty good at pickleball. Actually, I'm pretty
I
good.
don't know. He's old now.
I'm pretty good. But hey, pickleball, dude. Look, I went and played pickleball with a couple of my neighbors last night, and I'd played a couple times before, just over at the gym because they have mad pickleball over where I am, where my office is, and I played a couple times, and it was kind of fun. But I hadn't played really in like 3 years, whatever. I don't know, and because I didn't know if I'd like it or not. Plus, I was the I'm 53, and I was the youngest guy playing at that time. But like it gets pretty serious.
The youngest guy?
Huh?
The youngest guy?
I was the youngest guy playing. This was probably 3 years ago. I was probably 50, and I was playing with like people that were 60 and 70 and whatever. But and I was killing them. I was killing them. But
Of course you were.
yeah. Well, but yeah, we played with our neighbors last night. It was a good time. I think I'm gonna get into it. We
Well,
got me a paddle.
speaking of that, let's circle back around to something.
Circle back.
So if you
All
were
right, Jen. I hadn't heard that one in a while.
if you were the guy hammering it on the pickleball court, how well did you hang with the youngsters in Texas last weekend? How did that go? How did
Oh,
you and dad-in-law, how'd that
phone your
go?
nephew right now. See if he'll answer. Get him on the phone. Call him up.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to do this, huh?
Call him up.
Let's see if I can get a hold of him.
Doug, so now, with Ryan being 28, um, there's a few of his friends that are in that 20 something year range that now have kids. And I think I told you the infamous
Yeah.
story on the infamous story on one of these podcasts where I was the last dad standing at Mizzou 2 years in a row as junior and senior year. And I think it's suffice to say that if you get a hold of him, he'll tell you again that even with these 20-year-old friends of his, that 2 nights in a row, I was once again last night. It came out, I'm like that Toby Keith song. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. You know what I'm talking about? And I think if you get him on the phone there, he'll tell you that I was fine.
Let's see.
We had a good time though. It was
We're gonna.
scorched, Doug. I gotta tell you, it was scorched earth hot down there, and that's where I didn't go with that earlier. I was going to talk about the mosquitoes. I'm sitting there watching ping pong being played, and and I played some ping pong, and I'm sitting there and like within like 5 minutes, I've got like 10 mosquito bites, bro. Yeah, I'm so glad to live where I live right now and have no bugs.
Can you hear me trying to call him?
I can't hear the phone.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The
Oh,
person
boy.
you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, it's your uncle trying to get a hold of you. You should call me back. Well, there you have it.
No, he didn't want to answer.
He didn't answer.
I called him earlier today, and he was
We tried.
called him earlier today, and he was huffing and puffing. I was like, "What are you doing? You in the gym?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm in the gym." And I was like, "All right, well, I won't keep it too long, but yeah, because
Did you tell him the same thing you used to say to me?
what's that?
Why are you answering your phone if you're in the gym?
Right? Why you answer? I don't answer my phone if I'm in the gym, bro. I
You
don't.
don't answer your phone, period.
Yes, true.
Let's be real.
Facts.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah,
So
we had a
do
good
you
time
want
out
to?
there. We had a good time in Austin, man. It was scorcher hot, but we had 18 of us. It was a big party. But my son left me out for golf. Like six of them flew down from Kansas City and they were playing golf. I was supposed to play golf, but somehow when the tee time was made, Dad's name wasn't on there. But
Oh,
but that's okay because then some of his other friends from Springfield, some of the guys he went to high school with, you know who they picked up from the airport? You know who they were thinking about?
yeah.
They came and got me. So
So
I hung out with them. We had a good time.
we're about 30 minutes into this, and I asked you a couple hard questions that you didn't give me the answers to.
The driveway thing.
So, yeah. So, do you want to really throw a ringer on this, and let's just get deep in political, and really show off some fireworks like the 4th?
Sure, let's do it. I'm all good.
All right. Here's my next question, Rich James, if you choose to answer it. Now, first off, I just want to set a little background.
Background. In my
I
background,
consider myself,
there's mountains right there. You see them.
now that in the camera, I don't know. So I would consider myself at this point in life to be an independent conservative. I just want the best guy.
You down
Best
with the
guy that we
IC?
can find.
You down with the IC?
Yeah. So my question to you, Rich.
Is that a thing? Independent conservative? Is that? I mean, I know there's.
Well, I'm making it one.
There's independents, Democrat, Republicans. Is there independent conservatives? You are.
I'm making it. I'm making it. I am this guy.
This guy.
So my question is all these people on one side of the aisle are saying Trump's nothing but a liar. All Trump does is lie. He does nothing but lie. And again, I want you to know I'm remaining neutral. But this is my neutral argument in that fact. Does Trump lie? 100% he lies. I have no doubt in that at all. My question is this. All those that are calling Trump a liar, how many of you people have never lied one single lie in your whole life? And let me put an example out there for you, Rich. How many of you people have never told a white lie to someone because you didn't want them to feel bad? Like, for example, if your significant other is overweight, whether it's male or female, and they say, "Do I look okay?"
Oh. Whoa.
Do you look at them and say, "No, you could hit the gym"? No, you tell them they look fantastic. All right.
What?
What about the guy that says, "Hey,
You went right to the
how does my beard look?" And you look at the guy and you go, "Oh, that's not a beard, dude." No, you go, "It's coming in pretty good there." We tell white lies. Everybody lies. Every single person on the planet lies. I have not met a person that doesn't lie or hasn't lied.
Jesus.
So now, that's part one.
Jesus.
Part two.
Jesus.
How many? Well, that's the only guy. You got me on that one. I meant us as humans, as individuals.
Right.
See? Clancy agrees. So, the second part of this question, quote unquote, Trump is a convicted felon currently until he gets it
Doug,
appealed.
at this moment, I'm looking at my camera, the background, and I feel like I feel like it's superimposed or something. Like I just put that there. It's not really there behind. Anyway, go ahead. But
You're killing me, man. I got a whole
Yeah.
thing going and you're just taking
Go
it.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
How many of you out there have never broken the law? I'm gonna go with liar. You just proved you're a liar. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna take it down to the simplest level. Have you ever broke the speed limit? Ever?
Are you asking me?
Yes or no, Rich? Yeah,
Are
I'm
you asking
asking
me?
you. Have
You
you ever
know,
broke the speed limit?
it's funny. I'd never gotten a speeding ticket.
I didn't ask you that. I did not
although
ask you that.
although I
No,
broke
no,
the
no.
speed limit.
This is relevant.
I
This
broke
is
the speed limit.
relevant.
I brought the speed limit a million times.
Okay.
There's no law about how fast you can get to 55. No.
How many people have broke the speed limit who have never gotten caught? But guess what? Whether you got caught or not, you're a criminal
Oh,
because you
Doug,
broke the speed
that's why
limit.
I frown upon the people that drink and drive, and then they say, "Well, I've never gotten a DUI," and I'm like, "But you could have on any given night." You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
you broke the law. You broke the law, and if you've done it over and over, guess what? You're a repeat offender. Just because you haven't gotten caught doesn't mean you're not a convicted criminal.
a
You just
sin is a
haven't gotten
sin.
caught at it.
A sin is a sin is a sin.
Taking it as simple as just speeding. Okay. How many times can you drive, get caught, and then lose your license? So you hit what? I don't know, what is it, 12 points, 16 points, something like that now?
You can lose your
And
license.
each,
Get,
well,
you mean speeding?
yeah, you could lose it the first time if you're doing over 100.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get suspended. But the reality is, how many times have you done something that you broke the law? How many times have you literally looked at your speedometer go to 0 at a stop sign before you pulled forward? Or are you doing what they call the quote unquote rolling stops? If not, you broke the
What you're
law, you're a
saying is,
criminal.
no, what you're saying is totally true. But like, look, people don't want to look at themselves. But look, there is not a politician or a person, as you said, um, that has never lied, that isn't crooked. I mean, like I'm still a firm believer. I guess I'd call myself maybe an independent conservative, but since you made it up,
There's two of us.
there's two independent conservatives now. But I guess I would call myself that. But because I told you, I think last week or the last podcast, I said, I think I said this on the podcast. I'm to that point now that it's all about I can't, listen, I cannot do anything to change outside circumstances. I can only change this guy. You can only change that guy.
Fair enough.
That guy.
Fair enough.
And so like I don't have any control over what anybody else thinks, says, does, whatever. I can only do what I do. And like, so it doesn't matter what political candidate I like. I can't control them even. I can't control the whole I'm just, to me, like I said, yeah, I'm taking the moral ground, taking the high ground, I'm taking the first, like that is starting to become, I was big into politics over the last couple elections. But it started to become a backseat to me because I realized I can't control those outside things. I can only be grateful for what I have and what, what's in my world, and I can control me. I'm never going to be able to control, you know, anybody in Washington, D.C. And those guys can't control themselves. You know what I'm saying? They can't control
Yeah,
themselves.
right,
And,
right.
and they're all
That's
liars.
probably, wait,
They're
that's
all
probably
liars.
one
They're
of the
all out-
most
hey,
truest,
listen, they're all liars.
truest
They're all out for
statements I've
themselves.
heard.
Right. It's a true statement.
Yeah,
They're all liars. They're all
they
out
can't
for
control
themselves.
themselves.
They're all out for the money. They're all out for the money they can get and for their own sole purpose. There might be, listen, there's always a good couple eggs, right? And that's why I always open, when I go to the store, I open the eggs
Open the
up, make
carton.
sure there's at least a good couple in there. But look, they're all bad. and there might be a couple, there might be one or two that are good, you know. It's just like there's one or two good people in the world, like
And-
me and you, and and and
Here's to being the good people in the world.
hey, here's us.
Oh, wait, can I include one other guy?
Is that
There's some dude named Justin
Justin G's one of the good ones, dude. He's a cowboy.
G.
He's a
That
good
guy's
dude.
old school G.
He's old. Have did you get him a T-shirt?
Yeah, I got him a T-shirt.
He's probably.
And
I think he's.
I-
He's.
You know, I haven't heard from him, but I not only sent him a T-shirt, I sent him something else.
Do you think he got it yet?
I don't know. I
What'd you
guess I
send
could
him?
track it.
What'd you send him?
I sent him a T-shirt and I sent him one of our water bottles.
Nice. I think he's there's this like off wood spot that we go to camp. And I think he's camping right now.
Well, I didn't mean to get us
But
off track, but
I think he said he was
I
camping.
think he's one of the other good guys.
I think he's camping.
By the way,
did you
Here's
talk
a
to him?
plug.
Did you guys like
While
talk?
we're on it, we just messaged back and forth on YouTube.
I'm just trying to call him. He's not answering.
he-
Nobody's answering tonight.
Cause he messaged on one of our videos. Let me look this up real quick.
He's doing his own thing, Jorts and fishing. And it's funny because
Sports and fishing, that's it.
I was with him when he it was a funny thing. I was with him when he
Listen,
made his first pair of jorts.
if you haven't followed him and you watch YouTube, use YouTube, go to YouTube, look up Jorts, Jorts, and fishing, and his name is Justin G. And go follow the dude. Go subscribe to his channel. And
Yeah, Doug,
him and his
my
people
phone-
get some good fishing in.
in my phone,
Huh?
he's Justin G. It just goes on forever. But yeah, we used to work together at Home Depot, and he was one of my first old school friends here. Like, so yeah, we've known each other for a while. But
You saw the original Jorts.
I was with him on a hiking trail by a lake, and it was me and Steph and him and Kat, and we had the dogs, and he was overdressed that day. It was hot, and we got out the pocket knife, and he cut him some jorts right there, and then a few years later, that became a jorts and fishing.
Yeah, that dude knows how to wear Crocs too, man.
Yeah, jorts, man. I got me a pair. I made a pair after that too.
Shout out to Justin G. Anyway, he's one of the good guys.
One of the good guys. Cowboy.
Did I throw you off your whole train of thought now?
Oh, dude, my whole train of thought was said. Like you said, I said it right. Like, everybody has, everybody's lying. You know that. It's only been one perfect man, and that's all you can say about that. But he, look, as far as politics go, yeah, I'm starting to change my mind as far as being just outside
Listen.
circumstances. I'm just
It-
going with. Justin G. Look, hey, I'll tell you a little story about Justin G. I called Justin G on the night of the 2020 election, on election night, when a certain candidate was, pouring it in and looked like he was going to win his second term and was killing it. And then, it might have been the next night, because then that's when things started to change and the tide started changing more, like all of a sudden being up 750,000 votes in Pennsylvania, he went to 350, and then 340, and then 200. Then he was only up 103,000. You can look all this up. And so I called Justin G and I said, Justin G, we need to be riding right now. We need to be like, right, the Redcoats are coming, Paul Revere style. And that's what I said to him, dude. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I said, dude, this hasn't got a good feeling. We need to be Paul Revere in it right now, riding this up. And you know what Justin G said to me?
What?
I was mad at him for a little while for this, but he was like, dude, and he's probably the independent conservative as well, but he'll be our third guy.
Forgive us?
He'll be our third independent conservative. And so, you know what he said to me? He's like, Rich, he's like, I get it, bro. He's like, but you know what? This ain't going to affect me. This ain't going to do anything to me at my level where I'm at. And then I got mad a little later because I was like, okay, well, how's that gas price thing working? How's the food inflation and all that going? Because I'm sure that's affecting it a little bit at that level. But when I thought about it, the more and more I thought about it, and the more I've thought about it over even the last few months, I'm like, Justin G was right. He was right at that point. Like, hey, just go fishing, do some Georgia fishing, and don't let all that other crap affect you. Wake up in the morning, be grateful that you got another day and the sun shines up. You got the mountains you're looking at. You're not looking at that. You're looking at lakes because you live in a lake community. Hey, I live in a lake community. But
well, you got to say it when you say it. Say it right.
I live in a lake community. But
Thank
hey,
you. Thank you.
I got to tell you something. Justin G had it right then because he was like, I'm not gonna let that bother me. I'm just gonna go camping. He's camping at shoot awesome little place that he's camping at this weekend. We've been there a couple times with him. It's backwoods. You don't have to pay for anything. You're out by lakes, but like you just drive back into the woods and
So
you're out there.
technically, he's in a lake community right now.
He kind of would be in a lake community right now. 11 Mile. He's up by 11 Mile Reservoir. So it's a really cool campsite. We've been up there. I've actually taken the camper back in there, which it's a little off-roading, to get the camper back in there. We took it in there last year, I guess, or the year before. I guess the first year we got it a couple years ago. But if you go too far down that road, though, there's like some kind of satanic ritual crap going on. I don't know what's going on down there. So you don't want to go too far.
Okay.
But that's a whole nother story. But we can sneak the cameras in there one night and, see what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. You let me know how that works out.
Yeah, me and Justin G will do it with our shotguns and our 9mm on our side. But
listen, here's one thing I've learned when I talk with anybody, whether they say they're a Republican or whether they say that they're Democrat. And I believe I've said this before in one of our other podcasts where we got a little political. But first off, if you think any side is for you, you're wrong. Second off, if they really were for you, then they would write term limits for themselves, like what a president has, so they can't spend 40 to 50 years in there walking in, owning nothing, and leaving as millionaires. I mean, I don't know anybody, unless they get really good investment advice, that's making $180,000 a year,
dude,
that within 3 to 4 years is a millionaire.
Did you see the whole Dianne Feinstein, the lady that was like 94? Did you see her? Yeah, 174,000 a year.
Yeah.
Did you see what she owned and how much money she was worth?
12 million? Am I right?
What?
Is it 12 million?
Oh no, it was way more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
like
stupid.
Her net worth is 87,938,500. And that was in 2018. And it went from there, Doug, to I think it went well over 110 million. And she makes 174,000 a year.
I wish I could get a job making 174,000 a year.
Bro, they sold her like at 92, 96, 90, they went like 4, 6, 5, whatever year increments, and like she was worth 1 million, then 7 million, and then 17, and then 24, and then 89.
So
100, yeah, like it was crazy, bro.
So you're telling me if I could find a job making about 175K a year,
you could be worth 120 million.
I could be around 120 million in about 20 years. All right, I'll start looking tomorrow.
I give her the benefit of the doubt. I think she just had a good accountant. A good accountant will do that for you.
You couldn't even say it with a straight face. You could not even get that out without a straight face.
Good accountant.
Oh.
Good
Yeah.
accountant. Everybody needs a good accountant. If you have that, you're in.
My CPA.
Good CPA, good finance guy.
Well,
you have a good finance guy, you can make it work.
Anyway, so I took us off the rails there, and
no, I think.
with the.
Hey, look, man. I know we've done a couple political things, but we are coming into what 100 and what? How many days left before the big show?
Oh, right around the corner.
How many days before the election?
I don't know. But November. Hey, while you're looking that up,
Talk about something while I'm looking it
so
up.
back to the 4th of July. Did you know there's been
Why did we just say
27 different versions of the official US flag from 1977 to 1960? Look at that. 119 days. You put it on your phone.
19 days, 3 hours, 51 minutes, 10 seconds, Doug.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming.
Our last one was Hawaii, and most of them, 25 of the 27 changes, were only stars added to the flag. And the last one was Hawaii in 1959. Look at that.
Nice.
And you know, here's a good one for you. Celebrations of the United States Independence Day happen in also Denmark, Norway, Ireland, Sydney, Australia, those few areas. They have
course the
picnics
Irish-
and festivals and music.
Dude, Doug, of course the Irish would celebrate the fact that we have our independence. You know?
The Irish like to celebrate.
This
I
is
gotta
true.
tell you,
Hey, I gotta tell you.
I think that's how the Irish thrive. There's like 4 pubs in every town, no matter what size of town it is. I think the minimum requirement for a town is a minimum of 3 to 4 pubs, and then it just grows from there.
I was watching this video,
So,
Doug, and it reminded me.
yeah.
And this guy's like, I thought it was British to set up the America in the first place. And he's like, well, we got our independence from colonizers. And was the colonizer said, he said, it sounds like you're a little ungrateful. And he said, he's like, we did the same thing you did in Ireland. He's like, oh, really, really cool. And he said, we only did it in 200 years. It's taken you guys 800. But the Irish guy's like, wait a minute. You celebrated your independence from the people who gave you the country that you're living in. You know, the colony, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not wrong. You know, not wrong.
July 4th is the busiest time for ERs.
Is it? Yeah, I can see that. It's legal. It's legal in Missouri, right, to still shoot fireworks?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, here you got to go to Wyoming.
Really?
I mean, yeah, it's not. It's really not legal in Colorado, but it is legal.
You're
in
a dry state.
You can go where you can go where Liz Cheney is and shoot them. Wyoming.
Yeah. 29% of firework injuries happen to hands and fingers.
25% of firework injuries happens because of idiocy. Is that a word? Idiots doing stupid stuff. But Doug, think about that. We used to have bottle rocket fights with Coke bottles when we were kids. We would try to shoot them at each other, like literally.
Oh, dude, I had a buddy that ended up in the ER because he had a whole pack of black cats in his back pocket. And when somebody was shooting a bottle rocket at him, he turned away and the bottle rocket hit the back pocket.
Boom. What's his?
Next thing you know, he's sitting in my car seat on his knees with his butt facing the windshield as I'm rushing to the emergency.
And his derriere was a little burned.
Oh, his underwear was literally melted to his derriere.
Did that heal okay, or did he have some skin scars from that?
I didn't ask, didn't look.
Interesting. Hey, here's an interesting thing, Doug. I meant to ask you this. While we're on the podcast, we'll ask. But I don't even know if it's interesting. But I'll say that it is. And since I'm one of the last good guys left on the earth, then it is. But hey, I noticed something the other day when I was looking at like some of the loud, loose, and the laugh things that you put out, and like, hey, we're gonna have a podcast, or whatever, blah blah blah, or hey, support your local businesses. And I hit like on it. When I hit like on it, it scanned up to like 27 likes or something. And then after that, like did this little digital count, then it disappeared and only had 2. Have you heard of
That's
that?
weird.
Yeah.
No.
And then I did it again on another one, and I told Steph, I was like, I'm pointing to Steph because she's down in the hot tub without me. Down there. But anyway,
You'll be down there shortly.
I did it on another one. I hit like, and then it did the same thing. And then I hit like again, and it did it again. And then I hit like again after I took it off the 3rd time. It only just did the 2 likes. Like it had 1 or 2 likes, you know, just me and you or whatever. But there was actually a whole bunch on there. Have you ever seen that?
That's weird. No, I mean, I've seen sometimes, like when it shows our video plays, I'll see where it says, 39 views, and then I go back and it shows 0. Or then I'll go look, like I looked one night and it had, I think it was 147 views. And then when I went back, it said like 18.
I think Facebook and some other platforms are screwing us.
You think?
We could be, I mean, right now, dude, we could be having like 13 million views. We don't even know. And I'm going.
Well,
I'm going with that.
we just have to do what we can do, like you said in the very beginning. Do what we can do and not worry about it.
We can't control the outside circumstances.
Can't control, yeah. There you go. And quite honestly, with that, we're right here at just a couple minutes shy of an hour, Rich.
All right.
So, I would say we're close to wrapping this episode up, and quite honestly, I'm not even sure what to call this episode.
Nothing?
I don't know, episode 14, whatever.
Episode 14, we talked about nothing.
A little bit about nothing, something about everything.
Right.
I mean, that's what we are.
A little
Our
episode
podcast,
14.
We just proved it.
Episode 14. No one's perfect, including us and this podcast. That's what we should call it. For real.
There you go.
Episode 14.
That's a lot to put in the title, but
Everyone like, no, Doug, this was the biggest, greatest, the bestest of podcasts. There's never been a better podcast than the podcast that we had tonight. There'll never be another podcast that's better than the podcast that we're having at this moment in time. We are the podcasters. We are the people that podcast, and we are good at it, and we are the best at it. And there's nobody better than Joe Rogan and us. Joe Rogan, us, and that's it.
In that order,
We're the hugest thing out there.
Bigly. We're gonna be bigly.
Big. We're big. We're bigger than big is whatever that is, bigger.
And we didn't do it at the beginning. We kind of been doing it at the end for the last few episodes. So our lawyers say, that we have to say this is our own opinions and not the opinions of anybody else or anything, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, take that for what it's worth. We don't care.
I think episode 15 is going to be good.
Okay. You want to tell everybody what episode 15 is going to be?
Yes.
Going to be good.
Yes.
Going to be
good.
good.
Going to be a good one.
Hopefully we won't.
It's going to be
2 weeks to get that one out.
Better than the best one's bestest. That was the huge one, the big one that we did before that one.
Which is episode 14 that we're doing right now.
Right.
Okay. All right. And with that, Rich, I'm going to hit the stop button. We're going to call this one done.
Barking at the neighbor. Oh, sorry. Was that on? Did you quit yet?
I didn't hit the stop yet.
Okay.
There.
I'm Rich James.
I'm Doug Boyer, and we are Loud,
Lucid
and
Laughs.
Laughs.